Strasburg and Ivan Rodriguez together with availability for all of you. So whatever questions you have for Jim, go ahead.
Jim, how amazing was
Well, you know, I really can't put it into words any better than what you saw there. You know, it was just very exciting with everything that was on him coming in here for the last several days and several months really, but for the last few days the way it's built, and for him to respond that way was, you know, it was just a great night for baseball in Washington for what he did, and you know, that one's behind him, and I think, you know, hopefully we can just get him on a routine and let him do his thing. But you know, it was a great ball game. Pittsburgh played a great ball game. They battled him. They put runners out there on him, and you know, a couple of those pitches were, you know, 99, 100 miles an hour, and they put the bat on it. So you got to give them a lot of credit too. And their guy pitched good, but finally we gave him a little bit of breathing room, and you know, and of course Cliff and Cap did what they did.
Were you on the bubble as far as 6 or 7 innings?
Yeah, you know, he was in that in-between area. I wanted him to go around 90 pitches, and you know, he had 81. I was thinking, well, you know, it's unlikely he's going to get through the 7th, but when he was having relatively quick pitch outs with the first 2 hitters, I was hoping we'd keep it below 95, and he did that, I think. And so, you know, a lot of it is, you know, trying to take care of him, but we're covering ourselves too. You know, he could have gone 195 today, I think, but you know, we'll make sure we don't do that.
Jim, what was the most impressive thing about it? Was it the breaking pitches, the fastball, the command, what?
You know, different innings, different things. You know, the last inning, I think it was the fastball. Earlier, there was some breaking balls, a few change-ups at different points of the game. It was, you know, he had electric stuff on all of his different pitches. I think Young hit a home run on the change-up, I believe. It looked like a pretty good pitch, you know, good piece of hitting. But, you know, he had it all going there. The more he got into the game, it was really flowing for him with all of his pitches.
There was something between, after his first inning, a conversation with the umpire. Do you know what it was about?
With me or him?
Well,
he was, you know, there's a time in between innings that you take, and he was warming up pretty quick. And the umpire it was a good gesture by the umpire to say, you know, you take a little more time between pitches because we're going to have to wait anyway for commercial break, that type of stuff. So he was just slowing him down a little bit.
He was still throwing 99 there in the 7th inning. Was there any point in the dugout when you looked at him and said he's laboring, or just throwing freely on?
No, I didn't think he was ever laboring. You know, he was just throwing the ball in the area, especially late. His fastball was in that area where you can't lay off of it, but it's really hard to catch up to. And you know, I just thought he was making all of his pitches, kept his delivery intact, and you know, just pitched a great ball game.
Jim Griffin strike out 14 on 94 pitches. How impressive is that? Keep his pitch count that low?
Yeah, that's hard because, you know, as I've talked about, you know, he's got the ability to get some quick outs from ground balls and stuff, not necessarily just you know, going to strike people out, overwhelm people. So to do both, you know, he had a lot of his strikeouts were on 3 or 4 pitches. That's it's not that easy to do.
Jim, now that he's here, now that you've seen him in our regular season game, what's it going to mean for you to be able to throw him every 5 days?
Well, just like it would be if you know, you have any great pitcher, you just you know, you focus on that day and forget about it for the next one, and you know, you don't even think about it until it's his day. Really, you can't you know, you can't clone him. You know, he's going to be on his one day, and then you get your next guy out there. We got a lot of our guys have been doing a great job. You know, our starters have really done a good job at keeping us in ball games, and you know, it almost felt like for a little while there was going to be another one of those. You know, our starter keeps us in the game, but we're not pushing a run across. Bernardina had a great at bat, drove the ball into left field. Millers threw our runner out, and you know, just looked like, you know, a little bit more of the same kind of anything that could go wrong went wrong.
Was there any nerves, or did you see that he was calm the whole time?
Yeah, I didn't think he was nervous at all. No.
Rig, you had Kerry Woods, another big strikeout pitcher. Was this right up there for Silly looking
Well, no, I wouldn't say silly-looking swings, Tom, but it was, that's kind of as he went through the game, that's what Kerry would do. He would just get on a roll where he would just get in a lot of swings and misses.
Jim, I know
Early in the
you're
game,
a longtime
he
baseball
got
guy.
behind 3-0.
Yeah.
In the second inning,
Mm-hmm.
came back and punched the guy out. For a young pitcher to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was beautiful. I mean, he was able to regroup. I don't think he walked anybody, and to not walk that hitter right there. I mean, that was a great piece of pitching. Get back in the count. Obviously Pudge is going to be in here and answer some of those questions. So I know you guys are anxious to get to them, but Pudge did a great job.
I know you're a longtime baseball man, and you still had a game to win. Was there any particular reaction in the dugout at the seventh inning when you got that final strikeout, the seventh straight strikeout? Was there any particular wow reaction?
Well, yeah, the last inning, all three hitters that he faced there, he was extremely overpowering there, and so that was just, that was one of those memorable innings that as Tom mentioned earlier, Kerry Wood, I saw Kerry do that a few times and all, but you just don't get that many of those, a young guy going out there and letting it go. But, again, you got to finish the game off, and Clip and Cap did that.
Jim, when you're in a moment like this that you're going to be a star, do you have that way, or do you think you're going to have to look back months down the road before you really realize what happened to that?
It's going to be something you look back on because, as a manager or whatever, you relish it and shower it up and you're thinking about tomorrow's lineup and all that stuff. So I'm just really happy for him and his family and Tony Gwynn and San Diego State coaching staff. Everybody that's been in this, our AA, AAA staffs that handle him this year, Spin Williams, everybody who, feel like I'm at the Academy Awards here. But everybody that has been involved in him getting here for this day, and then for these fans to be out here and support him like that. It was just a great night for the Nationals.
Jim, you talked about that seventh inning. As that's going on, I mean, you had to make a decision going into that decision. As that's going on, you saying, that was a great decision.
Well, I was worried about that group of hitters coming up there. Jones and Young had some good at bats to that point. LaRoche had gotten a hit, so it was going to be a challenging inning for him. So I wasn't going to let him struggle out there. If anything happened, we had Drew ready. If there was none or one out, and if we got to 2 outs, it was going to be Clippard, and then we would have made a double switch, so Clippard could have pitched the 8th also.
But given the way that inning went, there was once inning. Once you saw how he was going through the inning.
Well, only if that second hitter would have started fouling off a lot of pitches and got us to a point where I just felt like, I just, again, covering myself, I wouldn't have want to got to that magic 100 number, so I wouldn't have allowed that to happen tonight.
Jim, should you put into words what this night could mean for the franchise, what it could signify as you try to move up?
Yeah, I think, it's like I talked to a couple players on the bench. We can't expect to have this many people out here until we earn it. But, with what the Lerner family and Mike and Stan have done to make these kind of acquisitions, Strasburg and Storn and the drafts that is taking place still, the players that we're getting here, the commitment that's made is starting to show some results. And, it's a nice product that the fans can come out and see. We can't ask them to come out until we earn it, as I said, and this is the type of night that you earn some of them to come back.
Jim, before the game, we talked about a sellout crowd, national attention, that players naturally are going to be a little bit more focused. What was the energy like in the dugout during the game when the 2-run home run and then coming back and taking the lead again? What was the emotion and the energy like?
It was real high. The energy was great all day, and I think the players were really feeding off all our fans being there and the attention that the ball club was getting. So, it was just, again, a special night.